But welcome today to Brunch Bubbles and Business. And today we're going to have Erin Myers, who is a fellow network marketer. But Erin is new to our One Hope Arena just this last year in 2020, but she has a wealth of knowledge. She is a doctor of, I'm sorry, I don't even have your bio up. I'm a horrible hostess.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm a PhD, so not a medical doctor, not that type of doctor.
Yeah, but
I have a PhD in organizational development and leadership. And no, that doesn't mean that I'm super organized. It just means it's a business related degree for those that are kind of unfamiliar with the term of organization development. So it kind of balances the systems in an organization and the human factor in an organization.
Awesome. But that leads us right into what you're doing and how you evolved your network marketing business. And that's her company called Evolve Your Network Marketing Business and Evolve. And I'm going to let Erin kind of take it away from here, but feel free to put comments down in the chat and I'll check in back with her. She's going to explore with us a couple different things today, her Evolve Your Network Marketing Business. Plus she also has a ruleyourbusiness.com website that all of us in network marketing, whether it be wine, right now it's set up for wine because that's what she's familiar with, but eventually it's going to be set up for anybody in network marketing. So it's really exciting. And it's a great way to manage your business, manage your customers, send out emails and texts and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, I am going to spotlight you so you can take it away.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Tracy. So Tracy does some wonderful things in the CEM Insuring Group. So first off, I just want to say thank you for everything that you do and all the training that you put on for everyone. And it looks like someone just commented that a lot of people are over in the group. I don't know what they meant by that. So if you could figure out,
I'll go in and check them out.
Okay. All right, cool. Sounds good. So thank you everyone for being here. Please, let's try to make this as discursive as possible. So I'm going to be screen sharing. I'm going to be going through a little bit about the course that I have and how it can help support everyone. And then also a little bit about the Rule Your Business. So I'm super excited because this is really a way that we can systemize. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm kind of a systems nerd, right? Like I said, with my PhD, but it can really systemize our process and automate our processes in network marketing so that we're hitting pretty much the easy button. So we can nurture our customers, we can have our own personal brand, we can build our team successfully, and it's all kind of done in an automated manner that we just monitor. So I know there's so many of us that don't have enough time in the day to do everything that we want to do in our businesses. How many of us are there? Drop a comment below and let me know. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that. I am going to screen share now and try to pull up these slides that I have put together. I don't want to do that yet because I've got the Facebook group tab open and that is just going to give us that super fun infinity screen for forever. But drop a comment and let me know what's the one thing that you're struggling with the most right now in your business. So is it recruiting? Is it sales? Is it, nurturing your customers? Is it trying to just stay on top of things? Is it trying to, have a whole bunch of kids and run your business? Let me know. I don't want to put words in your mouth, so definitely let me know. All right, and then Tracy, if you could come back and just let me know what are the main themes that you're seeing there in the comments as I screen share this. So we're going to talk about how to put the phase in your wine biz. So I'm going to talk about my course. I'm going to talk about systems, but first off, let's congratulate ourselves for just being here. It is a Sunday. It's either, mid-morning for you or early afternoon, and you are taking the time out of your day to be here and work on your business. And that's huge. So let's try to make this as income producing as possible. So know that a strong Q1 sets you up for a strong 2021. So as we get into momentum now, and as we start doing all the things that we need to do to build up our business, it's going to make it so that we can, take that time off every couple of weeks to spend time with our family or to go on vacation during the summer when hopefully COVID restrictions are finally lifted and we can travel a little bit more. So doing the work now and really putting in the effort is going to make 2021 just that much easier for us. And let's be honest, we all need 2021 to be a little bit easier than 2020 was. So it's a J month. J months are hard. Let's just be honest. In network marketing in general, January, June, and July are the months where things kind of slow down a little bit. Things, aren't as hopping and as exciting. And so now is the time to really check into the systems and processes in our business and set those up for success. So dry January in particular, I know I have so many friends that are saying, oh, I'm doing dry January. I'm doing dry January. I'm like, well, dry January to me means dry reds and dry whites. So how about you buy some wine, right? It's a little bit harder to sell because of that, not to mention that it's a J month. So what do we need to do? We really need to nurture our customers. And so here are some great ways to do that. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my Evolve Your Network Marketing Business course. Here it is. And I'm going to kind of show you what is in here so that you know how I build up this course and really make it for success. Now, if you're on my team, you have access to this course for free, which is just a benefit of being on my team. So thank you. But you just have to let me know if you want into it, because I'm not going to add everybody. So first off, we start with mindset, because mindset is incredibly important. And a lot of people probably are like, I'm going to skip the mindset, give me the tangible stuff. But no, you guys, mindset is just as critical to network marketing as anything else. We all have blocks in our mindset that we really need to overcome. And so in this module, we talk about the 7 blocks that we need to overcome in order to be successful in network marketing. We also talk about the 7 strengths that we can have and how we can utilize those to make us all more successful. And we call those accelerators. So we talk about the blocks, we talk about the accelerators, we really dig into our why, and then we talk about the power of positivity. So let me talk about this power of positivity. Some of you, if you're in the Dream Crew, you may have heard me give a training on this. It was probably the beginning of fall. And I talked about how our brains have a filter to them. So there are approximately 11 million stimuli that are coming at us at any given moment that are just sitting there pounding at us. There's sounds, there's sights, there's thoughts, there's feeling, there's everything that our bodies are trying to process. But there's only 40 of those stimuli that our brains can actually process and allow into our bodies at any given time. And so the beauty of our brains is that we can block all those other things out. The downside to our brains is that those 40 things are set previous to us actually sitting here trying to process certain things. So what I mean by that is the way we are brought up, the training that we have, the education that we have, those biases that we have, those unconscious biases, everything else that we have, it all creates this filter to our brains. And so we need to be able to change that filter and to be able to choose the 40 things that our brain can process at any given time in order to bring in what is going to make us more successful. And so this concept is called neuroplasticity, the way that we can actually change our brains and rewire the way that our neurons process in our brains to reshape that filter so that we can kind of turn off some of those blocks that we have and focus on those accelerators that we have. So for an example of this, I don't know if anybody's bought a new car recently. If you've bought a new car, drop it in the comments below. Tracy, let me know if anybody has bought a new car. Are you still there, Tracy?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, interrupt me if anybody has any questions.
Okay, and just so you know, back to your other question, a lot of people are looking to further their sales. They need help with recruiting, following up, and nurturing customers. So this is perfect for today.
Perfect. Okay, good. That's exactly what I was planning on focusing on, because those are usually the main buckets. So I'm glad to hear that we're all in line with that.
And
So
Lori did just buy a new car, she said.
Lori,
At least
Lori,
she did.
Lori P.
No, Lori Kipnis.
Lori Kipnis. Lori Kipnis. What type of car did you buy? She's saying there's going to be a delay, which is
There's
why
a delay. There's like a
5-second
delay from when we talk and when they hear it. So it's all good.
So just interrupt me and let me know. I'm going to continue on.
Okay.
But let me know what type. So what I have found, and what I know many of us have found, is when we're starting to look for a new car, just like Lori probably was doing, she was researching all of these cars, and suddenly we find the one that we think we really want, right? This is the one that we want. We were thinking about it. We've taken a look at the interior, we've taken a look at the exterior, we have an idea of what we want. By doing that, by doing all of that research, we have changed the filter in our mind. And so now those 40 things that we can process, our brains can process, are now tuned into the exterior of that vehicle that we want to purchase. And so suddenly it seems like everybody else in the world has decided they want this exact same car. And now you're seeing that car everywhere that you drive.
Oh my God, that's me. I have a Ford Edge, and everybody has a Ford Edge.
Exactly. Yes. So I have a Chrysler Pacifica because I'm a mom of 3 toddlers and I need my minivan, right? And everybody drives the Chrysler Pacifica now, right? I thought I was being somewhat original. But no, your brain now has changed its filter, and now you're seeing those Ford Edges everywhere, or that new car that Lori just bought. I bet you're seeing it everywhere now. Or that Chrysler Pacifica.
Lori wrote down that I don't know if she actually bought a Maserati.
Gosh,
she wrote Maserati in there, so that's pretty kick-ass.
Congratulations.
I don't know if she bought it or she was dreaming of it, so we'll have her clarify that in a minute here.
Either way, I don't feel like I see a lot of Maseratis on the road at all, but I bet suddenly you see a lot more than you had previously. So that's awesome. I hope you really did buy a Maserati.
She did. She said she did.
Congratulations. That's huge. All right. So are you seeing a lot more Maseratis now? I'm going to keep going with this because I know there's that delay, but probably you're seeing a lot of Maseratis now, and you thought you were definitely being original buying a Maserati. So we have trained our brains to pick up on what the exterior of these cars look like. And so now suddenly we're seeing them on the road, whereas we didn't before. And so I'm sure we've all heard that adage before, where we need to surround ourselves with the 5 most successful people that we know and spend more and more time with them. The reason for that is by surrounding ourselves with those people, we are actually training our brains to change the filter, to pick up on all the positivity and those entrepreneurial skills and all of that, and kind of throw out those old blocks and that old type of thinking that we had. And so there's this huge aspect of the power of positivity to changing our filter so that we can actually process these things. So that is what the first module is all about, is changing our filters, recognizing our fears and our blocks, and focusing on our accelerators, and hopefully changing that filter that we have. And then we get into let me move to the next module, sorry. So then we get into vision, and we actually build our network marketing business as though it is like we're starting a business from scratch. No kidding, an entrepreneurial business where we're starting from scratch. We build out a vision, we build out a mission, we build out a business plan. And those are so important. What I have found is, as I've become a kind of true entrepreneur, in the sense that I've created this business coaching business, if I mirror my actions with my network marketing business to the same way that I'm building my coaching business, I am so much more successful in my network marketing business. And so by doing these exercises and creating this, we are creating the power of a true business and kind of differentiating ourselves from the 6,000 other cause entrepreneurs that are out there in one hope. So we create this mission, we create our vision, we create our business plan. And to give you an example, we want to create a mission that truly empowers us and motivates us to succeed. So mine is empowering high achieving women to build a life of balance and global impact through sharing wine. And so that is huge for me. My main focus is on women, though I will accept men anytime, but my main focus is on women because that is what motivates me. I want to empower women to be successful and for all of us to have the opportunity to become millionaires and to be able to make money, to make ourselves more comfortable, but more importantly, to make an even greater impact on our communities, not only through sharing our awesome wine, but also by being able to have that extra income to give back and to fulfill passion projects that I'm sure we all have, especially in the heart-centered community that is One Hope. And so we dig through that, we figure out what really motivates us, and we learn to build our business around that. Then we get into personal branding. So how to recreate our own images, our own logo, and get out there as our true motivated selves, because people can buy One Hope wine from any of us, from any of the 6,000 others of us, but we want them to continue to come back to us. And it's all about us being the center of our business. And so I encourage you, the images that One Hope puts out for us to use, they're great. They're great starting points when we're trying to get the hang of things. But once we've gotten the hang of things, I encourage all of us to create our own logos, to create our own images, to be able to put that logo on an image to spread awareness of our own brand. And then we get into nurturing customers, creating our team vision and culture. Once we have a team, it's important to bring the team together and figure out what culture we want for our team as a whole. We talk about team onboarding and training, and then building our online presence. So that's kind of the 8 modules. It's 48 videos that are 10 to 20 minutes long. I think my longest one might be 28, but approximately 10 to 20 minutes long. And they're workbooks, actionable workbooks that you go through for each of them. And so I let Tracy know in the comments which aspects of this course you would like to see. And I'd be happy to do an additional training on any one of these modules completely for free, just to help us all succeed in this business. Because when one of us succeeds, it helps throw our name out there and the One Hope, brand and the incredible tasting wine that we have. It increases our presence and it makes all of us more successful. There's enough love and energy out there for every single one of us to be successful. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to see if there are questions, Tracy, on the Evolve Your Network Marketing Business course. And you got a little preview there, and then I'm going to get back into kind of the systems that we can all execute.
Yeah, so Karen, we just had everybody's congratulating Lori on her Maserati, which is
right,
really cool. It was her retirement gift to herself. So that's
yay.
And then what is the cost of the Evolve Your Network Marketing course that you offer?
That's a great question. The course itself is $197 if you pay in full, but I know 2020 was hard for all of us. And so it is, there is a payment plan option of $49 a month for 5 months. And I do have an affiliate program as well, where you can earn 20% back for referring people to the course itself, because I want to make everybody successful, right? I want to spread that wealth and that awareness. So once you buy it, if you would like to be a part of the affiliate program, then you can absolutely do that and share it with anybody else that you would like.
Perfect. And I just dropped your erinmyers.com link in the chat so people can check it out.
Perfect. Did you get the purchase link that
I put? I did not. I just did erinmyers.com so they could kind of see the whole thing. But if we can add the purchase link, direct purchase link on there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Add the direct purchase link on there. It's this one. It is, I'll drop it right here. You guys can all see what it is, but I'll throw it in our chat, Tracy, so you have that as well. And the reason why I'm going to do that is you cannot actually buy this course on my website right now, because it's not technically launched, right? It's available for everybody, but through back channels right now. One of the ways that, you try to make courses successful is by officially launching it and putting it out there as for sale. So this is just a special sale for One Hope customers right now. So that's why I want to give you that direct link to the checkout, because you can't access it from my website at the moment.
All right, perfect. I popped it in the chat.
Great. Okay. So let me know, Tracy, interrupt me at any point in time, because I know there's that delay. So if we need to backtrack, let's backtrack. Let's talk about it. I want to make this as discursive an environment as possible and answer all the questions that people have.
Sure. A couple of people have just said, they want to learn it all. They would love to help creating the team vision and culture, and just all of it, like personal business plan and personal branding as well. So, which I think
Okay.
leads us right into where you're going.
It does. It does. So we already took that poll. Here are the main things that people tend to struggle with as network marketers, right? Recruiting, we talked about that. A lot of you dropped that in the comments. Finding customers, building a following, a system to follow, organization, being consistent. A big one for me, I know, as I've gone through network marketing, is not being salesy and not feeling like a robot and not just copying and pasting the exact same verbiage all the time and blasting it out. I feel like I'm throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks when I do that. And so what I have come up with and kind of created instead is systems, right? We need to have this structure, we need to have systems, we need to have a plan in place. And when we feel this way, it is very likely that we don't have a good structure in place, we don't have a good system in place, we don't have a good plan in place. And the way that we do this, well, first off, what does it cost us? It costs us a lot of money, right? If we're not consistent and we're not doing things regularly and having a system and a plan in place, this is the average for network marketing in general that we are losing out on. By the third year, we could all be lead directors plus making 80 to 100 grand if we have a consistent system in place that we are constantly following. But what I find is we get all of this discussion out there and these good ideas from people that are successful, and that's all wonderful. That's what they have done to succeed. But we want to be ourselves. And a lot of times when we get verbiage from our upline or they tell you to do a certain thing, if it doesn't feel right, then it's not going to come across right for the people on the other end either. If you're copying and pasting verbiage and it just doesn't sound like you, or it feels like you're being salesy, then chances are it's going to feel like you're being salesy to the people that are on the receiving end as well. And so we need a system in place and a plan in place and a structure in place where we can plug ourselves in to be our true, authentic selves. And when we are our true, authentic selves, when we are actually being true to ourselves and true to our reason for having this business and true to our own mission and vision, then we don't sound salesy. No matter how much you ask someone to host a tasting for us or join our team, if we're doing it authentically and aligned with our mission and vision for our own business, then we don't sound salesy. I promise you, it changes. It's weird. I've had people that I have coached one-on-one and that have been through my course that are like, oh my gosh, I don't know why or how, but I was doing the exact same thing, except now I'm putting my best self forward through your systems and processes and plans. I'm inputting my own words in there, and I just had my first ever $10,000 month, right? So it's crazy how it changes. It's like some magic thing that I can't even truly explain, except that there are these set systems in place that need to happen. So this is an example of this system. So first off, we want to get people aware of us, right? They need to be aware that we have a business, and they need to be aware of our mission and our vision to ourselves. So stop for a moment and think about, what is it? Why am I doing this? What is my mission? Is it to change people's lives? Is it to fundraise for nonprofits as much as possible? Is it, to fundraise for a specific nonprofit as much as possible? Figure out what that is and create this mission for yourself. And I can do an entire other training on it to create an actual mission. We have exercises to go through and all of that. But at the very least, just sit down and figure out, okay, what is my mission? It needs to be some sort of action step that leads to an outcome. So empowering high achieving women is my market, my desired market. So I'm empowering them. That's my action. High achieving women to live a life of balance, because I know most of us are moms and we're high achievers. And so we need to have our own purpose, but we also need to be mothers. And a lot of times those feel like they're contradicting and we're being pulled in 5 million different directions. So live a life of balance and global impact, because I know I and most of the women that I work with want to have this beautiful legacy that we leave behind. And my way of doing that is through sharing award-winning Napa Valley wine. So have that mission in place. And once you have that mission, make people aware that you have that mission. So instead of just throwing it out there, hey, I'm a cause entrepreneur with One Hope, and you really should buy my wine because I'm part of this MLM and it helps me, right? Obviously, we're heart centered. We don't do that. But I think we've all received those messages that feel like that. So instead, we want to network and say, hey, how are you doing? I just wanted to let you know I'm on this mission right now because 2020 sucked. And I just feel like I want to make the world a better place. And so I'm on this mission to empower high achieving women to live a life of balance and global impact. And I immediately thought of you and how you're a high achieving woman, and you probably feel the same way, that balance is important and you want to leave this great legacy behind. I'd love to chat with you more about it. Are you open to hearing more? That feels so different. And so we want to make people aware of what our mission is, not necessarily what our business is, but what our mission is. And we do that through networking. And I know networking is hard right now because a lot of us think of networking as being face to face in person, but there are a lot of networking groups that we can join right now that are doing online components as well. So we want to do it either through social media or some of those networking groups, or just getting our name out there and leading with that mission. You can also do this through paid advertising like Facebook ads. And I know that there's a subsection of cause entrepreneurs that has been highly successful by doing this. And that's a whole different situation. So if you're interested in Facebook ads, you can certainly reach out to me. But right now I'm just going to focus kind of on that networking component, that free option that we all have. So that's how we build awareness. Then we engage. So we follow up. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, tell me more about it. And you say, well, here's my personal story. You always lead with the personal story and how your personal story can also help them. And so you're engaging with them, you're answering their questions, you're telling them the platform through which you are able to execute your mission, which is One Hope. One Hope is our platform. And then you ultimately lead them to something that's value driven. And so for me, what I've created is a landing page. And that landing page is a website that goes through and provides them with some sort of value. So I've created a wine tasting guide and palette. I have also created for February, which is Heart Health Month, and we're going to get into this in a little bit, but a recipe book of heart healthy recipes, and they're paired with wines. And I know Tracy actually helped me put it together because she's amazing. And so I have landing pages where I say, yeah, you know what? Why don't you learn a little bit more about what I do? Here's a free PDF that can kind of help you get a feel for which wines might be best suited for you. Or, here's a heart healthy recipe guide, and it pairs with wines. So you have a better idea of what type of recipes go better with which type of wines. And so you're providing value to them. And so they subscribe then, and you now own their email address. So how are we doing on time? Okay, we're good. You now own their email address. And the reason I said, well, how are we doing on time is because there's this huge component right now of people that are exiting social media because of, kind of the tension that's occurring in the political environment in our country right now. So there's a mass exodus of people from social media. And network marketers tend to lean very heavily on our social media network, but we don't actually own that network. All of that data on social media, our friends list, all of their contact information, we don't own. And a lot of times we forget to capture that data. And so when you send people to a landing page, what it does is it captures their email address and sometimes their phone number. And you now own that data, right? You now have their email address that they have openly given to you, saying, yes, here's my email address. Thank you so much for the free PDF. And now you can continue to email them through weekly broadcasts or just sending them updates about new releases about wine or whatever the case is. And so you're continuously getting in front of them through email and not just leaning on social media. There was also that big hoopla a couple of days ago, right, where a bunch of us that are iPhone users got logged out of our Facebook accounts. Well, crap, I have no idea what my Facebook password is. Thank goodness it's saved in Chrome for me because I don't remember. And Tracy, I'm going to pause here. Are there questions on this? Because I know now we're starting to get into some marketing components that are new to people.
Yeah, so there was a couple questions about Facebook ads and some ads being rejected. And a few of us had made comments about just certain Facebook ads will be rejected depending on what the age range is that you have it set for. Also, if you're using the words wine, if you're using anything recruiting, you just have to be careful about how you phrase it. So I always say look at kind of what One Hope does as their example too, or some other ones, some other of us that have done it.
I'm going to show you a tip and trick.
Perfect.
So here's how you stalk people's Facebook ads. My business coach actually showed me this, and I think it's extremely helpful. Sorry, there's my 2-year-old's butt right in front of your face. But if you go to someone's page, I just thought it was cute, so I had to share it in my story.
Oh, wait, before we jump into a page too, there is, I don't know if you want me to be on camera or not, but there are some people that choose to be, have Facebook business pages, and other people just use their personal business page. So it's totally up to you on what you want to do. If you want to boost ads, see your analytics, that stuff, then a Facebook business page is the way to go. It all depends on what your mindset is and what your target is and kind of what your plan is. So I don't know if Erin, if you cover any of that in your
yeah. So
class.
That's part of module 8, building your online presence, actually. Yes. So a Facebook page will give you greater reach. Boosting a post from your personal wall will not give you a lot of reach. It's really all it's going to do is boost to your warm market. So maybe friends of friends, but rarely anywhere beyond that. If you do an ad from your Facebook page, it hits your cold market. It will go beyond your warm market. So it really just depends on how much you're willing to invest, because it does take more time and resources to get your ads out on your Facebook page. But here's how you can kind of stalk people and see what type of ads they're doing. I found this super helpful. So right now I'm on my page. Obviously you won't see this left-hand bar here, but if you go down, it's going to give me some things here, but where is page transparency? So if you scroll down on someone's Facebook page, there's always going to be this page transparency. You're going to want to click on see all. And then I have no ads currently running, but I do have one that I did for One Hope. If I go to add library, and this is something you can do if you want to follow along right now, you can go to my page. It's Erin Myers, PhD, and click on page transparency, then go to add library. And you can scroll down and you can actually see all of the ads that I've ever run from here. Why is it giving me 0 results? I know I have ads on here. Okay, so apparently this is not going to be a good example, because it says I have 0 ads, even though I run ads from here all the time. So
do you want to do it from, do you want to go to my One Hope Wine with Tracy Facebook page?
Well, I want to give you guys for free the verbiage that I use. So I want to pull it up anyway.
Okay.
I want you guys to see how I frame it, because anytime you use the word you in a Facebook ad, it is exponentially more likely to get denied. So it's not even necessarily the alcohol in it. It is the way that you phrase it. You can't make promises in Facebook ads. And so anytime you use the word you, Facebook automatically triggers it for a higher level review. So what you'll want to do instead is you want to frame it as a story about yourself and the success that you have had for yourself. So let me show you what I did. The other thing you want to think about is what picture they're going to see. So as you're scrolling Facebook, what you're used to seeing are pictures of your friends and family, and pictures of their kids, or pictures of, you know, them celebrating a birthday or something to that effect. And when you do ads, you want a picture that will feed into that same type of feel. So you don't necessarily want to disrupt them with a huge graphic. But here's an example of mine, right? So here's a picture of me and my husband at an adults only all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic. It's this picture that just kind of shows the lifestyle that a lot of people are hoping to achieve. And so they're going to see it and they're going to think, oh, who's that? Is that my friend? Oh, no, that's not my friend, but that's a really cool picture. Oh, what's she talking about here? Right. And so you can see kind of some of the other pictures that I've put on here, right? Just a picture of my husband and I at a football game, a picture of me twirling my daughter around. I have a family picture on there. I have me 6 or 7 or 8 months pregnant on a paddleboard on a beautiful lake. So just kind of lifestyle type of pictures that fit right in. So I want to show you what the verbiage is for one of my ads that has worked really well. So it's just a story of myself and how COVID pretty much broke me. I was a professor at a local university here, an R1 institution, and I was working 60 plus hours a week. Suddenly my kid's daycare got shut down. My husband was an essential worker and it sucked. It triggered, I was 7 weeks postpartum and it triggered severe postpartum anxiety and moderate postpartum depression for me. And I had to quit my job because of everything that was going on. And that was very shortly after, I guess before technically I quit, but right around the same time that I took leave, medical leave to hopefully figure it out is when I joined One Hope. And so I just talk about that, right? And so thanks to wine and social media, I've become a better mother, a better wife, a coach who empowers women. There's my mission right there, and a philanthropist making a global impact. And I talk about, the numbers I've made for global nonprofits. Instead of drowning my sorrows in glasses of wine, I'm now using wine to make a difference. And so that's the type of story that you want to give to people. And this one had a really good conversion rate. So I'm actually going to copy and paste it and put it in the comments. It's not going to let me do it right now, but I'll actually, no kidding, copy and paste this verbiage and put it in the comments so you get a feel for it. You also want to put a lot of spaces in there. Good copywriting right now is putting a lot of spaces. People don't want to see a big paragraph, a big chunk of words. This is actually probably too much, but it is just a very long sentence. So it stayed that way, but anything you can do to kind of disrupt that. And so then what I did is I created a landing page about being a cause entrepreneur. And when they click this link, it goes to that landing page. So it doesn't immediately take them to a sign up page. It takes them to a page where they can learn more. Tracy, I'm sure there are a bunch of questions on this. So hop on in.
I was responding. There were people just saying what a great story that is. A couple other people who are logged out of Facebook and getting back onto it. Just I think everybody's enthralled with listening and learning. So this is a huge conversation, which is great, which we could spend like a whole day just diving deep into Facebook ads. But then also Amy asked earlier if you teach about landing pages and teach how to set them up.
Yes, so that's a good segue. So I'm going to talk about landing pages next, actually. Let me kind of finish this so you can see how the landing page ties in. So you direct people to landing pages, either through those paid ads or through just free marketing and putting yourself out there, free networking, right? And by doing the landing page, you're adding free value. And what this does is it makes people know, like, and trust you because you're giving them something free that is valuable to them. You can also direct them from that landing page to a free group, such as your VIP group, or you convert them directly to a tasting, right? Oh, great. You really liked my wine tasting guide. Fantastic. Let's get you hooked up so you can share all of these wines with your friends and get free and discounted wine in the process. So that's how you convert them then into a customer, or hopefully into a cause entrepreneur. And the way that you do that is through this excitement then, where you follow up with an email series, you follow up with text messages or weekly newsletters that you put out, just something to continue to get in front of them. And that could be through your free group as well, something to continue to get in front of them. Because as we all know, there's statistics out there that say, it takes 7 to 12 times of getting in front of someone before they actually buy. That's the average. Now we've got those people who are down there on the one. They're like, oh my gosh, wine that makes an impact and it's good from a private Napa Valley winery. Great, sign me up. But then there's people that are like, I really like my barefoot. I don't know how I feel about this. And you're like, no, you have to try this, right? I've converted someone from barefoot Moscato to our Moscatos, and she will never look back. But she was convinced she would never drink another wine. And I proved her wrong. But that took about 7 or 8 times to get in front of her. So let's now apply this concept of this marketing pipeline, so to speak. And let's start with Merlot, because anybody that's kind of in my age range or a little bit older, right? There's that Sideways, there's the movie Sideways, where it really emphasizes the fact that you either love or hate Merlot. There's rarely anybody in the middle. And so Merlot can be difficult to sell, but you can actually sell it. And I'm going to show you how by applying it to this marketing pipeline. So here's how you do it. First off, February is Heart Health Month. So I'm giving you a hint as to how maybe we can start marketing in February a little bit more. So let's start talking about heart health, just providing value, not even starting with wine, just starting by talking about heart health. So you provide this value through sharing statistics about heart health. You can just Google some statistics, obviously make sure it's coming from a legitimate website such as the CDC or, the American Heart Association, something like that. Share recipes that are heart healthy. You can share blogs where people share their story about their heart issues and how they've overcome it. And you can share pairings, that are related to those recipes. So by doing this and by sharing these statistics, it kind of gets us out into our cold market, which is where we want to be ultimately. We will make some sales, especially starting off in our warm markets, the people that we know, our friends and family. But ultimately, to be successful in network marketing, we need to get into our cold market as quickly as possible. And the way that we do this is by directing them from those statistics and information about the heart to our landing page, which adds them to our email list. So here's an example of a quick graphic that I threw together, especially since my 2.5-year-old was throwing up all night, but that I put together. And I just made this in Canva really quickly. This is my brand palette. This color right here is actually part of my brand palette. So I have a brand palette in Canva, so I stick with the same 5 colors. That's consistency within my personal brand. Again, this is also the font that I always use. I put my logo on there, and then I put a hashtag that's related to the topic. And all I did was Google heart health statistics, and the CDC website came up and had some staggering statistics. According to the CDC, heart disease accounts for 1/4 of all deaths in the United States. That's huge. I didn't realize how big that was, how important heart health is to the country. And so this is a graphic that I would start to put out there beginning February 1st to get people to get a feel for how important heart health is. And then what I would do is I'd continue to kind of put these statistics out there, and I'd slowly start to link it to wine. So maybe, by the time February 5th rolled around or so, I'd throw this statistic out there. Again, it has my Evolve Your Impact, which is the wine line of my business. It has my logo on there. It has my brand palette. This is another color in my brand palette. And the statistic that I got from the same CDC website that says, according to the Mayo Clinic, antioxidants in red wine called polyphenols may help protect the lining of blood vessels in your heart. So you see how now we're kind of linking it towards wine, and we're gearing them to become more interested in the wine component of heart health. So from there now, I have a landing page that I've put together with a free PDF. Again, with the help of Tracy, I have to give her all the credit, a lot of credit here. 5 yummy, easy, heart healthy recipes. And you can get the recipes for these heart healthy favorites for free, and they have wine pairings associated with them. So this is an example. So that was the landing page. This is an example of the opt-in component of that landing page that they would have. They'd put in their first name is completely, actually the first name is required and the email address is required. Anything else is optional. Anytime I can capture their phone number, I like that because I like text messages, because that's just my preferred method of contact. So I always give them that option as well. And then when they fill this out, this is an example of the first 3 pages of the PDF that they would receive. And you can see down here, right here is the wine pairings. So through this process, they have received value from me. Oops, sorry. I was kind of trying to show off the wine pairings there. They've received value from me. They are continuing to know, like, and trust my brand and putting out their real statistics and information that's helpful for them. I'm now providing them with additional value with these heart healthy recipes. I also have increased my reach because hopefully people are sharing this PDF and my information is on this PDF. You can also use a tool called Go Viral, and we can put the link in there. I'll put the link in the comments as well for that, in addition to my ad verbiage. And I now have their email address. So even if they get off social media, I haven't totally lost them. I have their email address. I can continue to send them emails and provide them with value. Maybe I've even captured their phone number and I can text them with new release information or whatever else. All right. So can you do this with recruiting? Yes, you can do this exact same concept with recruiting. So we've kind of talked about it from a customer standpoint, but we can also do this with recruiting. And that's where my ad takes people, is to a landing page that has information about being a cause entrepreneur. And then I can continue to email them with information. I have an entire email series that I've created that's automated that just gets sent out to them. It's about 5 emails. It invites them to join my opportunity group where I share information about being a cause entrepreneur. And here's a screenshot of that initial landing page. So again, right, it has my logo right here, make a difference, evolve your impact. And then this is the beginning, and it's an entire, landing page that they scroll through with information. Okay.
Can we stop here for just a second?
Yes.
So we have a couple of questions. Shireen, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. She is a little confused about co-branding. She says, you have your own brand, but you're a CE for One Hope. How do you not confuse your customers? You want to touch on that?
That's a great question. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful question. So there are some network marketing companies out there that require you to have their logo and then, independent distributor or whatever. One Hope has not come out with that compliance requirement yet. So we can have our own brand. And what I say is I call myself a wine philanthropist. I find that to connect with my customers a little bit more than cause entrepreneur. People are like, what's a cause entrepreneur, right? So I call myself a wine philanthropist with Evolve Your Impact through One Hope Wine. So again, when I was talking about kind of my mission and vision and my personal brand, I then lead into the platform through which I am able to execute that mission. And so I say through One Hope Wine. So I'm a wine philanthropist with Evolve Your Impact through One Hope Wine. That's how I co-brand that. Does that answer the question?
I think it kind of answers the question. And I know for myself, so all of my social media, everything that I do is Wine with Tracy. And so people connect with me, but also depending on what company you're with, because it could be One Hope or what else, but go by the name of what your website says. So if somebody goes to onehopewine.com and it says find my CE, make sure that you do call yourself a CE somewhere. And I know Erin does, but make sure you, especially when you're new, make sure that people know that you are a cause entrepreneur with One Hope, or call yourself a CE. And branding your information on a picture, if that picture gets shared, those people are going to go to One Hope and they're not going to go to your direct site unless your information's on there. So it is vital for all of us who are in a network marketing company to make sure that you're branding yourself with just put your name on there. There's tutorials in here on word swag and everything in the CE image sharing group. And like Erin said, the pictures from the corporate office are amazing. Just pop your name on there too. Like, make it easy for yourself. Pop your name on there. So when your friends share this with another friend, they don't just go to One Hope and purchase a glitter bottle. They go to One Hope and they put your name in so you get the credit for it.
Exactly. Thank you, Tracy. All right. So for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of how I execute all of this. So I'm going to go ahead. This is a platform that I found that was initially created for Beachbody coaches, actually. And I have now partnered with them to create a wine template within this platform. So what this is it's an all-in-one. So when I'm talking about creating a landing page and having an email series and text messaging people, I actually do all of that through one system. So this is called Rule Your Business, and Tracy's going to put the link to this in the comments. But this is, let me make sure, let's see, I want to be on mine so you can actually see how I execute this and what this looks like. But this is the platform that I use. So it provides you with a phone number, so you don't have to use your personal cell phone number. It provides you with a phone number. It provides you with email marketing campaigns. It provides you with landing pages. It provides you with a website. So all of that is in here. And what I've done is I've created a wine template. So now if you go to Rule Your Business and you decide that you want to use this tool, you can request the wine template, and it will automatically throw in everything that I've created. So you can use exactly what I use for yourself. You would just need to personalize it in some way, shape, or form. So I don't want to share too much customer information, but let me show you kind of some examples.
Karen, can you stop for just a second? Someone said that they can't hear you, but I just want to see, can you do some likes or some hearts to let us know if you can hear Aaron? Okay, people can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you for checking, because that's important. So let me kind of show you a little bit about what this is. So here, if I go over here to funnels and websites, here are all those funnels that I was talking about. They're actually all built in. So this Cause Entrepreneur sneak peek, what I can do is I can just click on it and I can show you what it is. So this is, obviously this has my personal logo on it because I wanted you to see how I execute it. But this template is in here for you to use. So you would just plug in your logo here instead. You would obviously change the name right here, but then it will take someone to this next page. And so you can see this is where I start to then have OneHope as the platform through which I execute this mission. So I have a OneHope video in here. I talk about income and general network marketing information, but this is all a template. You would just need to plug in your own information in here. You've got the, the compliance issue, the thing, and you can either choose to type up your story, you can create a video and plug it in here. Common limiting beliefs is just a general template. Rewards and recognition, you can talk about some of what you have received and what you like. You see I'm wearing my OneHope necklace in there. So all of this is already in here as a funnel for you. Additionally, there's a website in here. There's a generic website template that you can use as well. So this is, no kidding, my website. And what I do is, as part of my logo, I have evolve.vision on there. And this is what my website looks like, so that as I do social media outreach and I have my website on my social media graphics, it automatically, has my website that they can go to. So I've got OneHope information on here. If they go to shop and they click on whether they want wine, corporate gifting, or weddings and events, it will actually take them to my OneHope shopping link. So we cannot sell wine because we do not have a liquor license. It has to be purchased through the OneHope website, but this has the link directly to that. So they are able to then just purchase from my website. So you can see it comes right up here. All right, so there is that. That's not the right link. Hold on. There we go. Trying to find the right tab because, like my brain, I have 30 tabs open. I have email campaigns that are already in here as well. So you can see there's all of these campaigns, these pre-designed emails that are in here. When I talked about that wine palette and tasting guide, that is available as a freebie in here for you to add your own information to. And then when people go to the landing page for that, they go through this entire email series that gets sent out over the course of 8 days. So there's an email that gets sent out with that link to the wine palette and tasting guide. 2 days later, email number 2 gets sent out. 3 days after that, email number 3 gets sent out. 3 days after that, email number 4 gets sent out. And it's all about, hey, become a customer with me, purchase some of this wine, but done in a very kind of professional and nurturing manner rather than just buy my wine. Tracy, jump in, interrupt me if there are questions or people want to see anything in particular. I talked about, text messages as well. I'll go ahead and just, be careful with this information because it's my customers. Yes, Tracy?
Yeah, be careful about that. Like, don't show a lot of the information on there.
No, this is the test one. This has my contact information. So I'm just going to show you. So if I just went in, no kidding, right now, 2:57 p.m., right? And I filled out that form on that landing page that you saw. Well, it just sent me a text message. It sent me an email, actually. You can see that email right here. Congratulations, welcome to the team. Because I filled out the cause entrepreneur information. And so you can see all of the emails that have been sent to this particular individual, as well as I can easily send myself a text message right here, and I can actually pick a template or I can just type in something. So there are all these preloaded templates.
So while we're on the subject of templates, a couple people asked, do the templates get updated? But all of these are customizable. So when you enroll in this business, you can create these to be in your voice too. Right? So it's like you can go in and edit them. They're not like standard, just like pre-done. They're pre-done, but you can edit them to your voice. So if you always say, hey y'all, and you don't say hi, change that. So you can edit them too. It's your voice and the way that you speak and the way that you want to interact with your customers.
I have this weird thing about not putting multiple exclamation points. And so none of these templates have multiple exclamation points. So you would go in and you would add the exclamation points. You would add additional emojis or whatever. They're all editable, but they're also in here. So you can see I just sent myself a text message through one of the templates that's in there. Great questions on that. What else do you want to see about this? It also has calendar. So if you have a Calendly subscription, you can get rid of that, right? People can actually schedule something with you through this. I've created triggers as well. So say for example, if I go to my contacts, it's not going to show a bunch of customer information, but I can filter directly by, well, maybe it is. Oh, well. Most of these are my CEs and I know they're okay with me popping in. So I can quickly search for Cabernet because I have labeled everybody according to what they have previously ordered from me. And it'll show me everybody that's ever ordered a Cabernet from me. Actually, I need to do cab because that's how I have it labeled. And so it'll change it to 33 records of people that have ever ordered a Cabernet from me. And so I can easily select them then and send a quick text message to them saying, hey, we have a new release Cabernet. I just wanted you to know about it. At the beginning of the month when we had that new release Sauvignon Blanc, I was able to filter and do exactly that. I also nurture my customers through this by having their birthday information in here. I also have a CRM pipeline in here. So all of these individuals have filled out an interest form about being a team member. And so I can easily move them to the next thing. Okay, they filled out a form and I have now communicated with them. They're an interest level 5. And on a scale of 1 to 5. So that's great. Now I know I need to contact them a little bit more. So you can see all these people that I've contacted about becoming a cause entrepreneur and what their interest level is. I have the same thing for customer engagement. Here's a customer to auto ship push that I'm going to be sending out shortly to try to get people that are customers on an auto ship, and they'll be added to this, and they'll be automatically in the Scent Wine Club info once I push this campaign out. All right. I know this is probably confusing, but I'm trying to jam pack all this information in a short period of time. So Tracy, give me all the questions.
A lot of people are just inquiring about the price options.
And that is a great question.
There's a lot of information, and it's so also too, you're going to go into this in the next part too, just how you get support and and everything too. So.
Okay, good. So let's go ahead and move on. Then you've kind of seen a little bit of what the platform does. So it includes so much, right? And I'll just go ahead and start on this slide here. So how much do other softwares cost that you may have? So an email provider, once you add it all up, it's ridiculously expensive. And this platform does all of this in one. So it has the email, it has the website, it has the text messaging. There's also a pro edition where you can have courses on there. So if you have all of your training for your team, let's say in units on Facebook. I know I have a 24-year-old on my team who has never been on Facebook. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get you the training information? All of my trainings and units on Facebook, right? I've now moved it over to this platform. And so my team has the ability to access my training through this platform. Forms and surveys is on there, calendars on there, the landing pages, and coming soon is going to be an action tracker, which is similar to TeamZ, if you're familiar with TeamZ. So here's the basic annual option. So for $1,000 a year, you can get all of this. And what the basic includes is everything except for the course platform, as well as social media graphics. And yes, I did say social media graphics. So we're going to get there in just a moment. So, but we know it's hard to come up with $1,000. So it's $100 a month for the basic option. So everything I just showed you, the only thing it doesn't include is the course platform or social media graphics. So $100 a month. Then you can upgrade to the Pro Edition, which has the course platform. But in addition to that, I have teamed up with an amazing graphic designer. And I know you're on this call right now if you want to shout yourself out. But if you're not comfortable with that yet, don't worry about it. But this incredible social media graphics just guru who has gone through all sorts of training and knows exactly what resonates. They've come up with social media graphics that are going to be refreshed every month. There are a bunch of thank you graphics in there. There are monthly themed graphics. So there's a bunch of graphics in there for February coming up for Valentine's Day, as well as we're working together to come up with kind of themes for landing pages as well. So that I know I said Tracy helped me create that PDF for heart health. Well, the social media designer is creating a bunch of social media graphics for that PDF for heart health that are going to be there for you. And all you would need to do is slap your logo on it then and your information, and it's already created for you. So it saves a whole bunch of time. It saves a whole bunch of energy, and it will automatically direct them and link to the landing pages so that we can really reach our cold market quickly. And so the Pro annual option that includes all of those social media graphics is $1,500 or monthly $150. So you have the course platform in addition to the social media graphics for that additional $50 a month. And obviously you get 2 months free if you do the annual option. You've probably figured that out in your head by now. All right, so how then, or why is this really important? First off, it saves you time. It gives you an automated system. There's an app where you can access it all through the app. So I get a notification saying someone's text messaged me through the Rule Your Business system, and I can easily respond to them there. I can also update the information. I have all of their contact information in there. I have every single piece of communication that I've ever had with them in there. It automatically triggers certain tasks, keeps me organized, it holds me accountable. And it ultimately ends up being so much cheaper than all of these other individual software subscriptions that I had previously. I was using Calendly, I was using an email, I was using Project Broadcast for text messaging, and even just those 3 is more expensive than the Rule Your Business platform, which is why I've switched everything over to it. All right, Tracy.
So we have a couple questions. How is the training rolled out for using the website?
That is a great question. So there's an entire course that's been created by the people that developed Rule Your Business. What they did is they hired out a professional course maker, and she has created an entire course that walks you through everything step by step. So how to initially get get into the system, how to get connected, how to update the templates, how to get your website linked to it, because the only other thing that you're going to have to purchase is a domain, and a domain is usually $12 a year. So you go through Google Domains or GoDaddy or something.com to get that, winewithtracy.com domain name, and then you'll link that in. Right. And then you'll link that in, and that course will walk you through everything. And so it is a step-by-step course. In addition to that, we have a Rule Your Wine Business Facebook group that you can ask all the questions in. I had someone that was having problems connecting their domain, and I just did a quick Loom video for them and threw it in that Facebook group. So instead of figuring out, which module in the course it was, she was trying to jump ahead a little bit, and I was happy to create that video for her and throw it in that Facebook group.
Very cool. And then also, can this be used for more than one business?
That's a great question. Yes, absolutely. So you can either have the exact same sign in or login information or whatever, and just run multiple businesses through it. In fact, I do that, and I just tag my contacts according to whether they're part of One Hope or whether they're part of, a coaching business or whatever. Maybe you're in another network marketing business. And you can just segment it that way, because there's unlimited text messages, there's unlimited phone calls through the system, there's unlimited landing pages, there's unlimited websites. So you're never limited to a certain amount of information on this platform.
That's awesome too.
I
Because,
know.
with a lot of the other options and stuff, it's like, you're limited to maybe 50 free messages a month, or, 50 people at a time for this or that. So this is amazing, especially to even start out with your network marketing business too, and to, like you said, to capture the people's emails and their information, because we all have other things like we move on to. Not that any of us are leaving a network marketing company, but you want to keep your customers for other things that you do too. So you got to think business wise too. That's what I love about this platform. It's more business focused than necessarily just in your little box of where you're at right now.
Yes, absolutely. And that's how you want to run it. You want to run it like a true business, not just something that you occasionally message your friends about on social media. If you want to reach the top and make a good amount of money on this, depending on, what your monthly income is or desired monthly income is, you want that consistency, you want that system in place, and you want to treat it like a business.
So another question is, Amy wanted to know, is your marketing course included with this, or that's a separate one? Evolve Your
Network Marketing Business is separate. So that's run by me. I do not own this software. The software is owned by someone else. I have just partnered up with them to put my templates into the software platform to make it easier for people in the wine business. So right now, because I have a wine network marketing business, the templates were easy, because I just took the templates and made everything that I use and made them generic and put them in the software system so that everybody in wine can succeed. So it could be, if you have a friend that's with Scout and Cellar or, Wine Shop at Home or any of those other ones, they could actually use this exact same system because it's generic for wine. I am also creating templates for the generic network marketer as well. So you can tell your friends about it that are, maybe with skincare or something else. I kind of went on a segue there. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, I think that did answer the question. And then Christopher asked, he says, text messages are 4 cents per text, both inbound and outbound. Is there a certain amount that is included in the basic or pro option?
No, so it actually says that because the initial developer of the software intended to charge people for the text messages. But what Rule Your Business has done is they are actually, through the monthly fee, paying for unlimited text messages for all of us. So there's not any cost beyond the monthly or annual cost of the software and your domain name. So you purchase your domain name separately. There's nothing that Rule Your Business can do about that. But other than that, it is unlimited, no maximum, no minimum, nothing like that. It is just that one cost, and you are grandfathered in on that cost for life. So if the price ever increases, you will never be charged an increased price.
Oh, that's awesome. And then you already kind of talked on this, Roxanne wanted to know if you had other templates available, but you're creating just kind of like a whitewashed generic version that will be launching soon.
It'll be launching soon. I actually have the templates created already. I am just waiting for something from the software developer. So it will be hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, perfect.
I wouldn't mind by the end of January even. So
yeah. Well, this was awesome. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or if you have anything else you're going to leave us with.
This page right here, sorry, here are some other resources you can learn from if you want. So we have Rule Your Business is created by a marketing company called She Reigns Creative. So I've put their additional resources on here as well. They have a wonderful podcast called Network Marketing Champions. They have a blog at shereignscreative.com. And then I have my Facebook group as well and my Evolve Your Network Marketing course information right here. So there are other free resources that are available to you in addition to this software. And then of course, my course.
Perfect. And if anybody's just jumping on right now, this will live here on the CE image sharing page, so you can jump back into it. Maybe, Erin, is there a way that you can put your, maybe we should do like a little lead capture to see if people who are interested to get business so they can kind of, do you have one of your leads that you can like drop down a link in there that they can like fill out, or maybe we can create one super fast. So you can.
Yeah. Do you guys want to see the wine pairing palette? I can totally drop that in there and you guys can, then you're going to see how you would then get the email sequence. So you can see exactly how it runs. Plus you would see the PDF that you would get that you would be able to personalize for yourself. So let me pull up that funnel to make sure I have the right address for you, because I do not have that one memorized.
While you're looking for that, I did want to share too that I think it's so great that when whatever business we go into, that we kind of see the customer side of things as well. So for those of you that may be new to One Hope right now, set up your events with a different email than what you use for your One Hope business. And then just set up an event for a couple weeks out, so you can also have those automatic emails that are sent to you first. So then you can see what the template says, because you're going to use some of that wording as well for things that you do. But then you also just know kind of like what the customer sees. So it's so good that we're going to be able to put our name or information in here and then see what our customers will see too.
So this obviously is mine. It has evolution of impact down here, and my One Hope purchase address and everything else. So you'll be able to see exactly what the customer sees, just as Tracy said. But should you sign up for Rule Your Business, the wine version, you will be able to customize this for yourself. Awesome. Just want to clarify that. Yep. So, okay. I will drop this exact web address in here for you, and you guys can run through it so you can see. All right. Let me know what other questions you have. You can feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. Ask me all the things. I'm happy to answer them for you. I'm just here to make us all be successful. So
yeah, no, I think we've answered most of the questions that are in here, but definitely if there's anything else, drop questions down below. It's always great to drop your questions down below, because if you have a question, somebody else probably has a question too, and we'll try to answer on the actual thread. That's always just a good tip for anything that you're doing with social media too. Don't always have to say, oh, DM me or I PM'd you for that answer. Like, sometimes answering it socially is great, because then everybody gets to see the answer too. So thank you so much, Erin, for jumping on today and sharing your knowledge and your talents with us. It is amazing. I'm looking forward to jumping into this and having it take off as well. Again, have a happy Sunday, and we hope that you enjoyed our little session this morning.
All right, and I'm dropping this in there right now. Thank you so much, Tracy, for having me on, and I appreciate you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.